Well, today, many of us woke up to the devastating news about what happened at the Baltimore Bridge. And I want to say my heart goes out to everyone who was impacted by that. I am praying. But I've got a question that I really need to ask regarding this situation, because I can't shake this feeling that something more is going on. More specifically, how about the fact that weeks before this event took place, a congressional probe revealed that China, infiltrated our U.S. ports, and more specifically, these cranes have been gathering intel as they're going underneath our ports and bridges right here in the United States of America. And as many of you know, China has been committing acts of sabotage and more specifically, cyber attacks right here in the United States. So I've got a lot to discuss with you, and I'm going to go back in time and then go forward to show you what I'm talking about. But before I do, just a quick break from my sponsor. Now, we have been told our entire lives that wrinkle creams are the way to look younger. But now one doctor says that that's nothing but old news. According to Dr. John Lake, the world-renowned Beverly Hills beauty expert, most wrinkle fixes on the market are nothing but glorified moisturizers. Well, recently, Dr. Lake has focused his attention away from mainstream cosmetic practices. Why? Well, so that he can focus directly on anti-aging revolutionary breakthroughs. Now, his clients have dubbed this do-it-yourself technique the age rewinder method because it can take years and even decades off of your appearance in 2 minutes time. In light of this amazing breakthrough, Dr. Lake has released a step-by-step video to the public where he outlines exactly how to use simple solutions from home. Now, if you want to check it out, all you have to do is go to bhmd1.com/haven. That's bhmd1.com/haven to watch that video. And if you want more information, you can click in the description box below. There's a link down there. Or if you're on your cell phone, click that more button to get more information, but you're not going to want to miss it out, as this product has been life-changing for me personally. All right, back to the broadcast. So let's dive into what the hell is really going on. And in order to find the answer to that, I want to go back to September 2021 and show you an article there about the Chinese crossing our port there in Baltimore. Take a look. And this is on Fox 5 News there in Baltimore. And this article, again, was published September 9th, 2021. And it's headlined, 4 supersized cranes arrive in Port of Baltimore today. And it goes on to detail this, that the cranes are completing a 2-month journey from China, and they will travel mid-morning under the Chesapeake Bay and Francis Scott Key bridges before arriving at Seagirt. And here's the actual video of these cranes, by the way, because this is the ship that's being referenced. And I want you to notice the cranes on the ship, because I'm going to dive into cranes and an issue with China here in a moment. But this is crossing. And again, this happened September 9th, 2021. And as the article clearly states, this ship right here just made a 2-month journey from China. All right, now let's fast forward to March 8th, 2024, and this is just a couple of weeks ago. And here's the headline by Business Insider. China could be spying on U.S. ports using secret tech built into cranes. And as you see these cranes here, they look just like the ones that crossed the bridge, back in 2021. But this article highlights this. Chinese cargo cranes in U.S. ports were found to have potential spy equipment, according to a report. And these cranes were built by ZPMC, a Chinese manufacturer considered to be a security risk by the U.S. And the Biden administration is going to spend $20 billion to replace them. Obviously, we have not yet gotten there. It was only just a couple of weeks ago. But the article details this. Chinese cranes used at U.S. ports were installed with communication equipment that could be used for espionage, according to a congressional investigation reported by the Wall Street Journal. I'm going to get into that investigation in a moment, but it says more than 12 cellular modems that could be used remotely were found in Chinese-made cranes, unnamed aides told the Journal. Some of the cranes were built by this company. This is ZPMC, a state-owned Chinese manufacturer, which again has been widely viewed in the U.S. as posing a security risk. Several of the modems were used for operational functions functions for the cranes, such as the ability to monitor and track maintenance remotely, the journal reported. Now, let's go specifically to this congressional investigation that was conducted. And this is also on March 8th, 2024. And this is written by CNN Politics, not my favorite news channel. But here's what it says. It says, congressional probe finds communication gear in Chinese cranes, raising spy concerns. It goes on. Some Chinese-made cranes used at U.S. ports contain communications equipment with no clear purpose or record of their installation, according to a new congressional investigation that will heighten U.S. concerns that the cranes could be used for surveillance or sabotage. That's a huge word right here, especially in light of what just happened. The investigation by the House Committee on Homeland Security and House Select Committee on China focused on more than 200 Chinese-made cranes installed at U.S. ports and related facilities. It comes amid heightened U.S.-China tensions over national security, and as the Coast Guard last month ordered the ports to better secure the Chinese-made cranes. So we ordered heightened security at our ports. This is as of March 9th, but it goes on to detail some of the things that they actually found and were worried about. And this is by Representative Mark Green, the Republican chair of the House Homeland Security Committee. And here's what he said in a statement to CNN. And I quote, our committee's investigation found vulnerabilities in cranes at U.S. ports that could allow the Chinese Communist Party to not only undercut trade competitors through espionage, but to disrupt chain supply and the movement of cargo, devastating our nation's economy. Interesting. How would you disrupt supply chains and the movement of cargo? Good question, right? But what happened early in the morning, I believe it happened at 1-something in the morning, where the cargo ship hit the bridge there in Baltimore. That sounds like it could potentially be some kind of disruption to cargo or some kind of sabotage. But he goes on, without a swift sea change, we will continue to gift the CCP with an easy means of infiltrating our critical infrastructure on their quest for global dominance. I would consider this bridge rather critical and the infrastructure rather critical. Now, here's what they're actually stating that happened. And by the way, I'm not saying this is done by China. That is not what I'm saying. I am letting you decide what you think of the whole thing, because here we have all these warnings about potentially we could be sabotaged and our critical infrastructure could be sabotaged in some way, shape, or form by China, who's been coming across, by the way, these exact bridges with cranes that are spying on our infrastructure. I don't know. I'll let you kind of decide that. You guys are a very smart group out there. And by the way, if you're not subscribed to my channel, please make sure you are subscribed, because you guys are going to miss out a lot. But here's what happened in the wee hours of the morning. And this is on Daily Mail. Doomed cargo ship Dolly was being piloted by a local, in big letters, crew who were trained to avoid obstacles in the Baltimore port. As it emerges, 100,000-ton vessel lost control and propulsion moments before smashing into the bridge. Now, it goes on to state that the cargo ship that smashed into the Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore overnight was piloted by a specialized crew trained to avoid obstacles at ports. It has emerged. The ship, a 948-foot dolly operated by Singaporean company Synergy Group, collided with the 1.2-mile bridge shortly after 1:26 in the morning as it departed the port of Baltimore. So it goes on to say officials were quick, ASAP, right out of the bank, right away. They were quick to roll out the catastrophe as intentional or an act of terrorism. I wonder if they even had enough time to investigate it. But anyway, and then an early cybersecurity and infrastructure security agency, CISA report found the container ship lost propulsion as it was leaving the port. The vessel notified the MD Department of Transportation that they had lost control of the vessel and a collision with the bridge was possible. The report said the vessel struck the bridge, causing complete collapse. Again, my heart goes out to everybody. And I want you to notice here, it hits the main section of the bridge, just the main thing that held up the bridge. Again, I am praying for everyone involved. Now, the dolly was intended to sail underneath the bridge. However, it struck a support beam. Investigations into the accident are still ongoing. It's funny how they state that, because immediately before that, they said that they've already come to the conclusion that it's not this, it's not that, but we're still investigating the matter. And then it says observers said that they saw black smoke was seen emanating from the ship in the moments beforehand, suggesting the crew may have attempted to reverse its engines. And I believe they absolutely probably tried to reverse it. The early CISA report noted that the crew warned officials that they had lost control of the vessel moments before impact. All activity out of the port has been halted. Around 30,000 people use the bridge to commute every single day, leading to mass disruption in the area. So there you have it. This is a huge port for us in the United States. And you take out that bridge, you've got a couple ports that you've got to deal with there, right? So this is putting a halt to a lot of stuff. And I believe they're saying they could fix some of it within weeks, or, but that's tangible information, and that's only part of the issue. But I find it interesting how they immediately already know nothing's happened. I suspect sabotage. That's my theory. And obviously, we're still waiting on information to come in. I don't have all the facts right now. Nobody does. We're waiting to get more information and see what happened. But I can't get over the fact that they literally just had this congressional probe that found that, there is communication gear in these Chinese cranes that could lead to, some kind of infiltration or sabotage. And here we have the bridge. And by the way, as you guys recall in that article, and yes, this is from Singapore. I get it, right? From Singapore. But anyway, it was a local crew who was trained to avoid these kinds of things. And yet they lost control. How does that happen? Well, ultimately, I'll let you guys decide. I wanted to bring all of that to you. Anyhow, I love you guys. Thanks again for tuning in. I'm Lisa Haven, signing out.